Oh, okay, guys. Happy May 6th. We are now on student handout 3. And this is a really good one for you to understand what it's like to have a credit card. And a lot of you guys will be doing this in the future where you'll be getting a credit card. And it's really important that you understand how credit cards work so you don't end up being in trouble and having so much debt that you can't pay it off. Okay, so let's talk about what credit is. A lot of people hear what a credit card is and they don't understand. Well, credit is money that you borrow, and it's based on the idea that you're going to pay it back. And why would someone let you borrow money? Well, of course, you're going to pay me not only what you borrowed, but interest on top of it. So you're going to pay me some additional money because I lent you the money. I don't expect you to just pay me back without giving me something a little bit more, right? So the more that you give me is called interest. So it's important to understand that when you use credit, you may end up repaying more than you originally borrowed because of interest. And this always happens with a house. So if you get a mortgage or a loan on a house, and let's say your house cost $100,000, well, you end up paying a lot more because the bank gave you so much money in the beginning. And they're not in the business to just give you money and not make any money. So they're going to give you the $100,000 and they expect you to pay them back with interest. So let's talk about what credit cards are. Credit cards are issued with a bank and typically have a credit limit. A credit limit is the maximum amount cardholders can purchase. So usually when they start off, they give you a credit limit of $300, $400, which means you can't just get a credit card and go out and buy a car because you're limited at only a certain dollar amount. So, a minimum payment is the smallest amount a consumer will pay each month in order to avoid fees. And it's important to always pay that minimum payment so you could have good credit history. Interest is charged on monthly balances that aren't paid off. So, if you borrow $75 from me and and you only pay me back $5, I only charge interest on the money that's left, which is the $70. A personal loan is just that. It's person to person. It allows someone to make a larger purchase and usually has a fixed term. Um, and typically, these easy access loans are very short term loans, which means you're going to pay them back pretty quickly, but then they have high interest. And usually, you see these like payday loans, if you've heard of those, where I know I'm going to get my paycheck on Friday, but I need the money Monday. So I'll go to a payday loan and ask them for a loan for just a couple of days, but then I have to pay them a lot more in interest. Okay, so let's take a look at what loans look like. Peter takes out a $26,000 loan in order to buy a new car. He qualifies for a 4.11% interest rate. And that's how much he's going to pay. This is why percent is so important and we spent so much time on it because you really have to understand what he's going to pay. And his loan is 5 years with monthly payments of $480. So let's start with figuring out how much this car is really going to cost him. It seems like it's going to cost him $26,000, but nope, he's borrowing the money. So remember, he's got to pay back his $26,000 plus any interest he owes the bank. So how many months will Peter be making payments? Remember, he has to make monthly payments of $480. Well, if it's a 5-year loan, it's 60 payments or 60 months because 5 times 5 years times 12 months gives me 60 months. Use the term and Peter's monthly payments to find out what's his total cost that's going to come out of his pocket. Well, if he's got to pay 60 months and he's going to pay $480 a month, that means he's got to make 60 payments of $480 and his total amount he's going to pay for this car is $28,800. Even though the price tag says $26,000, he's going to really pay $28,800 because he's going to pay $2,800 more than the original amount because of interest. So with credit, interest is something you owe. With savings, interest is something you get. So if he took this $26,000 and put it in a bank, the bank might have gave him $28,000 and he would have gotten that money in his pocket. But instead, he bought a car and he had to pay that money. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, let's take a look at some examples here. Jill paid $1,200 for a vacation by using a credit card with 18%. Now, that might seem like a lot, but that's how much credit cards are. In order to pay the card off in 12 months, Jill needed to make payments of $110 each month. Okay, so each month she had to make $110. Times how many months did she say? She's going to do it in 12. Okay, so if you take that, which is $110.02 times 12 payments, well, the total amount she's going to pay back is $1,320.24. How much did the vacation cost her? $1,200. So the interest she paid more money for that vacation because she put it on a credit card. So how much more? Well, if her friend paid cash and she paid with a credit card, she's paying $120 more. Okay, let's go on. Brady has $20,000 in student loans with a 3.3% interest that he plans to pay off in 5 years. He's going to have to make monthly payments of $362.05. Find the total cost that this is going to cost him. It's really important to understand student loans because you guys will, if you're going to college, you might have to take out a student loan. Okay, so what did we say? He's paying monthly payments and he's going to take 5 years. Well, if he's going to take 5 years, he's going to take 60 months, 5 times 12, to pay times what? The $362 he's paying each month. Okay, so let's put that in our calculator. 60 times 362.05. Yep, looks like they're right. He's paying a total of $21,723, and he had to pay an additional $1,723. So Brady had to pay more money. If his friend Bob went to college and had it all cash, he just paid $20,000 and be done. But Brady had to borrow money, so he paid $1,723 more. Okay, this is a really good example of what a loan does. And you're going to take a look at this and remember, you're going to have to change the years to months. So that's 60 months. Don't multiply it by 5. And Donna's applying for a personal loan with a 5-year term to help her furnish her home. She shows the monthly payments based on her interest rate. So let's see what's the best thing for Donna to do. Well, if you're going to take 5,000 times 0.04 times 60, right? And you're going to see how much money she has, how much monthly payment she's going to make. But he told you already how many monthly payments. So all you have to do is take the $92.08 and you multiply it by 60, and you see that she's going to pay $5,524.80. She's going to pay about $500 more in a 5-year, in a 4% loan. 8%, obviously she's going to pay more money because it's a higher rate. And 12%, she's going to pay a lot of money. So when she's looking to get a loan, she wants the lowest rate because she doesn't want to pay a lot of money in interest. So that's a good one. Okay. And then we're going to look at the last example, and then you're going to do the homework. Joseph is taking out a $32,000 loan with 4.2% interest for an SUV. This table shows Joseph's monthly car payments based on his term of the loan. So we're going to take a look at this. And in 1 year, he has 12 payments. In 3 years, how many payments? 3 times 12. And in 5 years, he has 60 payments. So that's where these numbers come from, right? And so it's good for him to pay it off in 1 year because he has less interest. The longer the loan, the more interest he has to pay. And that makes sense because the bank wants their money right away. Okay. So today you're going to do homework number 3. Snap a picture of it and turn it in. All right, guys. Thanks.